Welcome to Speaking of Schaumburg. I'm Village President Al Larson. In this episode, we'll learn about Schaumburg Township Library's new teen center. Then we'll hear from Schaumburg Township about their food pantry program, and we'll finish out the program by finding out what to expect from the Prairie Center's annual performance of Nutcracker. All of this and more today on Speaking of Schaumburg. Not only is the Schaumburg Township District Library celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, but this month they're also unveiling a brand new teen center. Here to tell us about this exciting new space, our Library Director Stephanie Sarnoff and Director of Popular Services, Judy Napier. Well, welcome to Speaking of Schaumburg.
Thank you for asking us to join you.
You've got all kinds of things going on over there at the library. 50th anniversary?
It's been a wonderful, wonderful year. To take a look back at where the library started 50 years ago and where it's come over time.
No, it's what is the second most popular? Well, that's your
second largest
circulation in the state of Illinois, right outside
Yeah.
the Washington Washington Library in downtown Chicago.
Yep.
No, it's an amazing library, and I love it when people say we love your library. I know it's a township, but that's okay.
Take credit where you can.
I'll take credit for it. I'll take credit, for it being in Schaumburg. Yeah. Oh, we think it's a marvelous facility right there at Town Square and we really appreciate. The village appreciates the cooperation from the library regarding those outdoor concerts and the use of that public space that's there. That's marvelous. Well, tell us about the 50th anniversary. How are you guys celebrating this?
Well, we've had a year-long celebration of special programming, keynoting the history, what's happened over the past 50 years, also focusing on cultural entertainment phenomena starting back in the 1960s when the library and the community started to grow. And we will be concluding on November 24th with our final celebration ceremony.
And what will that be?
We're going to be having a party in the lobby. The day will start off with a very special breakfast for local notables, the library board, past library employees.
We're going to bring Mike Madden back?
Absolutely. The honorary 50th anniversary committee and local dignitaries, including yourself.
Well, I look forward to the invite. Now, you're Director of Popular Services. Huh?
Yes.
That's an unusual title. What's a popular service? That suggests somehow that you have another department you don't tell us about, which is the unpopular, sir?
No, we're all popular, but we just provide more of the entertainment and the leisure and relaxation type materials. Movies, music, that type of thing.
You got a lot of young people coming to the library too, don't you?
Yes, we do. We find that our community has over 11,000 teenagers, and we like to provide a place for them, a safe harbor that's free. And they have a place to both study and just socialize. And that was our goal in creating this new department.
And now you got a teen center now, right?
Yes, that's been in the works this entire 50th anniversary year. We've had the looking back to celebrating our past and looking forward to the brand new teen center. That will be actually, the grand opening will be on the same day of our concluding celebration for the 50th.
That's a big space. What's inside of a teen center?
Well, this is something...
You don't have a volleyball court or anything.
No, but we have lots of things for teens that will help them both in their schoolwork, their academic life, their social life. As Judy just said, it's a safe, wholesome, and technologically rich environment. It's quite possibly the single most advanced teen space in the country, in any public library.
Oh my, that's quite a boast.
Yes, it is, and we have some video.
Oh yeah, let's take a look at it. Yeah, let's just take a look. Oh yeah.
Okay, we, in addition to books, fiction and nonfiction books, we have areas for collaborative work. The youngsters now work in groups using most advanced technology, and we're including everything they can possibly need to do their work. We also have a digital production studio with a green screen that is broadcast quality. We have gaming stations. We have 30...
Wait, gaming stations?
Yes, sir. Interested?
We Xbox gaming station.
Okay. What's your most popular part of the library? What is, you know, is it the teens?
Well, our highest circulation in the library is in our audiovisual department, and we are bringing a lot of that media up for the teens. We have a media box that dispenses like a red box, but it's free. And it will dispense computer games and DVDs and CD music.
Now you've got other branches to your library too, don't you?
Yes, in Hanover Park and Hoffman Estates.
I know. Talking to Rodney Craig, the mayor of Hanover Park, he's just thrilled with what you've done down over there, as far as providing that kind of facility. What population do you serve? What?
The population of the Schaumburg Village, Hoffman Estates, and the portion of Hanover Park that we serve is about 127,000 people.
Okay. Right.
And it's increasingly diverse, as you know, from the 2010 federal census.
Oh, sure. I mean, I get invited to schools to do some reading sometimes and to visit, and it's like a rainbow of you know. We get redheads next to ethnic Chinese, next to, you know, it's amazing, just the diversity of the population over the last, 50 years.
Right, and we have a very, very active and ever-expanding English as a second language program for new Americans, and we have citizenship classes, and we're very privileged to be the only library in the state of Illinois to hold citizenship swearing-in ceremonies, and you were in attendance.
Now, how many folks were there? Maybe about 50, right?
Yeah, I believe there were about 50.
Yeah,
Last year we had over 80, but the room was filled, and it's a very moving and inspiring occasion.
It sure is. I mean, you could see some of the folks even being very emotional about becoming a citizen of the United States. And
we also are a place to register to vote, and it was very inspiring to have the newly become citizens go right to register to vote in the upcoming elections.
And what are the library hours?
We are open from 9 to 10 at night, Monday through Friday, 10 to 5 on Saturday, and noon till 9 p.m. on Sunday. We are the only library open Sunday evenings.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that? No, I mean, is it because you can? Or
yes, and we have always had the demand. When we used to close at 5, people didn't want to leave. It seems like a lot of people work on Saturdays, and Sunday is really their only day. And so we found that it satisfied a need in the community. A lot of people studying on Sunday nights.
Now, do you have a reciprocal agreement with other library districts, other?
Yes, we accept library cards from other districts, and our card is honored throughout the northern part of Illinois.
Okay, I know there are some parts of Schaumburg that are not within a district, but so they could, at north end of town, I think maybe Palatine.
Yes. Well, and we have always recognized their card. There are a few minor limitations. We do always show preference for our taxpayers.
Okay.
But we try and make everything we have, our resources, our facilities, as open and available to those people who want to use the public library.
Well, the village loves the library, you know, as long as it's the Schaumburg Library, though. I want to stress that a little bit. And we look forward to additional cooperation next year, next summer, some of the programs, and look forward to that teen center opening.
Absolutely.
Right? So,
absolutely.
But no volleyball, huh?
No.
Maybe that's not popular enough?
Next year, we'll talk about it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There are plenty of organizations in our community doing their part to help those in need. Find out about one such program and how you can help next on Speaking of Schaumburg. All year round, the Schaumburg Township Food Pantry helps to provide for those in need. Here to tell us about the pantry and how you can lend a hand is Program Support Services Supervisor Barbara McKinn. Well, welcome to Speaking of Schaumburg.
Thank you for having me.
All right, what do you run the food pantry? You're the
organize the
food
food
stirrer, the
pantry.
person that.
Well, oversees what's happening at the food pantry, from volunteers to donations, to the clients that are coming in, and that we get the accurate information we need.
Where's the pantry located?
We are located in the Schaumburg Township building at the corner of Schaumburg Road and Illinois Boulevard, right next to the Schaumburg Post Office.
All right. And now, how do you get the word out as far as the food pantry is concerned?
It seems like a lot is word of mouth. Those in need do find resources that they need. But as well, we have a marquee, so it states what the food pantry needs throughout the year. And clients who need the pantry notice that as well. It kind of has a dual purpose. But we also have the town crier that goes out quarterly with information about the pantry in there as well.
Do you have volunteers?
We do have volunteers, wonderful volunteers. We couldn't survive without them. They help us on an as-need basis. So if we give them a call and say we could use some help sorting food, putting food on the shelves for the clients, they're
How many volunteers do you have? Is it it's like a will call list? Is that the?
It's pretty much on an on-call basis. Because we are a client choice pantry, we don't pre-bag the groceries for the clients. They come into the pantry and they choose the items that suit their family.
Really?
Some have medical needs that can't have certain items. Allergies seem to be, a common.
Do they call in advance sometimes and give you a list over the phone or?
No, we don't take orders,
Okay.
but they do need to call in advance to schedule an appointment with us. We are by appointment only.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we can schedule an appointment once a month or once every 4 weeks to use the food pantry.
So, do you limit the number of calls from people, or?
We don't limit the calls as long as they live within the township boundaries. We'll schedule an appointment. We have been helping about 480 to 500 households in the area monthly.
Really? That many?
Yes.
That many? Let's say if I wanted to use the food pantry, if I was in need, what would I do? I just call in advance and make an appointment?
You could give us a call at the township. You could walk into the food pantry and ask that you have an appointment scheduled. We'll just ask that you bring in a current utility bill, a photo ID, something to verify that you are currently living in the township.
Okay, but is there a needs test involved here, or is there needs?
Most people who come in do definitely have a need.
Sure.
Either their food stamps privileges have run out for the month and they need to fulfill for the end of the month. Okay. They just ran into medical bills or finances that have put them in hard times, so they'll give us a call.
How many families do you provide for typically?
Currently, we've been about 500 households monthly.
Okay.
So the numbers are increasing still.
Wow. And what's your most popular food stuff? What is it? Cereal? Is it?
Cereal is very high on the list.
Okay.
Yes. Tomato products, paper products, toilet paper, paper towels, Kleenex. Those are currently very popular items.
What are you most in need of? As far as the food pantry is concerned.
Well, overall, we need just about everything just to keep the food on the shelves for the clients, and we are donation based. So, canned tomato
Sure.
products.
Sure.
Those are very popular. Simple meals in a box, canned meats. We do receive food from the Chicago Food Depository, so we do have refrigerators.
How often does that take place?
We receive from the Food Depository on a weekly basis.
Okay.
Yes,
right.
we do. It helps us keep our refrigerators and freezers with meat and eggs and milk in stock.
Oh my! So how large of an area do you have over there at the township?
The actual storage area has
yeah.
expanded in the previous 3 years. I don't know what the actual
Sure.
dimensions are, but it's about equivalent to maybe two large
sure.
office spaces. That's our storage area where we sort the food that comes in, and then the area for the pantry for the clients to shop is equal to a large office with shelving.
How long have you been involved with the township in this?
I've been at the township for 3 years.
What'd you do before?
I was a food service manager at St. Hubert's School.
Okay. All
in
right.
Hoffman Estates.
So you've been doing this for a while then? Or you've been engaged in this kind of activity?
I've been involved with food service for quite a while.
What time of the year do you find is where the biggest demand is?
Of course, the holiday seasons we receive a lot more phone calls for appointments. Summer dwindles a little bit, but also the donations dwindle a little. So it's a nice balance. But the holidays really pick up. We have a higher need during the holidays, during the school seasons, the 9 months.
There's some people that have home gardens and things like that. Do they bring food stuff to the pantry? Or?
Yes, yes. The harvest season is just a wonderful time for us. There's so many gardens in the Schaumburg area, so we receive from the Schaumburg garden. District 54 has a few gardens at their schools, and they supply us with fresh vegetables and fruits throughout the summer months.
Oh, that's an amazing service that you provide.
It is.
Certainly one that is in need. Is there a number of people can call to volunteer or to help out? Or?
If anyone's interested in volunteering, they can either come into the township or look on the website. If we are looking for volunteers, it could be posted there. Just give us a call. We'll take your information. And as I said, it's usually on an as-need basis, so we'll contact you when we receive large food donations that need to be sorted. And
do you every once in a while get large food donations?
We do. We receive from corporations, churches, the Schaumburg Business Association. Everyone in the area is very generous to us. So
well, that's great. That's great.
We are fortunate. That keeps us going.
Well, it's nice to have that. It's nice to have the service available, and certainly there is a need out there. And I suspect because of the economy, then that need has increased over the last several years.
Definitely, definitely. Yes.
And so, what is the most popular kid food? I mean, is there
peanut butter and jelly? You can't get enough of.
Okay.
That's especially during the school year. That's a very popular item that we like to keep on the shelves. Okay. Cereal. A lot of kids like their cereals.
Yeah.
And we try to also provide snacks.
Sure.
When kids are taking sack lunches to school, they'll want to have a sack lunch just like the person next to them. So we try to keep those items.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
You do good work. Good work. Thank you. Believe it or not, the holiday season is just around the corner, and the Schaumburg Dance Ensemble is ready for it. Find out more next here on Speaking of Schaumburg. With the holidays fast approaching, it's time again for the Prairie Center to host the Schaumburg Dance Ensemble's wonderful production of the Nutcracker. To tell us what's in store for us this year, we have with us Ensemble Director Michelle Holtzman and performers Brian Allmiller and Jennifer Weisicle. Welcome to Speaking of Schaumburg.
Hello.
Did I get that right? Weisicle?
You did, yes. Good job. Congratulations.
Brian was an icicle?
Icicle, bicycle.
Brian was a bicycle?
Right. Yeah.
And motorcycle? No, maybe not.
No.
Well, Michelle, you've been involved in the Nutcracker now for how long?
It's been, I think this is our 18th season. Yeah, so it's been a while. We started out much smaller, and now we have a cast of well over 100. We bring in about 12 professional dancers from the city, one being Jennifer here.
So you're a professional dancer?
Yes. Dancer extraordinaire.
Right,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we also have a guest artist, 2 guest artists coming from out of town to do the Sugar Plum and Cavalier. Okay. One, her name is Amy Brandt. She actually was born here in Libertyville and trained with Lisa Shepard, who's one of the directors of our Nutcracker. And then now she's dancing with Suzanne Farrell's company in Washington, D.C.
Oh, my.
And her partner, Matthew, danced with both Louisville Ballet and Ballet Met, and is now starting his own company in Phoenix.
Well,
so
there's been kind of a proving ground then for some of these folks.
Right, right. And, we love the couple we've had for the last several years. But I think it's also exciting to have a new couple because everyone interprets the roles differently. And so the audience can see 2 new dancers doing Sugar Plum and Cavalier this year.
Now, what do you dance? What is your?
Well, my roles in the Nutcracker this year, I'll be a snow demi, yet again, and I will be an Arabian soloist and a reed flute soloist.
That's a nice piece.
It is a nice one. I'm really excited about that one.
It really is great. I think it kind of stuns the audience when that.
And it's new choreography this year. Alberto Arias is doing the choreography this year, and Jennifer's dancing it. Yeah. So.
Okay. How long have you been a dancer?
I've been dancing since I was 3, so we'll just leave it at that. It was one of those things, your parents sign you up for something. Me, it was dance at the Park District, and very unfortunately for them, I liked it so much and I never quit. So here I am today.
Brian, what do you do with the Nutcracker? What is your
I'm in the party scene, and I am
yes.
Dr. Staubbaum this year.
Okay.
And I volunteered, which they tell you never volunteer, but I'm also understudying the Drosselmeyer character and praying fervently that he does not get sick.
Okay, all right. But that'd be quite a menu then, wouldn't it?
You never realize how much someone else does in the show until you watch them and try to learn everything that they're doing.
How many years have you been involved?
I was trying to figure that out the other day, and it's at least 14, and this might be my 15th Nutcracker.
And you're still coming back for more, huh?
Yeah, it really is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the people involved are just the nicest people you'd ever want to be with.
Well, you got some great folks to work with here. You know, I think that's important.
Well, Jennifer started in the Nutcracker as a student, so.
You had me beat by a year. This is my 14th year.
Yeah.
Let's see, 14.
So she came and auditioned for us as a child, and you did a lot of different roles going up through the program. And she went away to school, got a degree in ballet, came back, is in a company, and now is dancing professionally. So we have a couple of dancers that have done that.
Where'd you go to school?
University of Utah, Michelle's alma mater.
My alma mater.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is that a famous dance university?
It's a very fine ballet school. My daughter's
okay.
there right now, too. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
How old is your daughter?
She's turning 19 in 2 weeks. She's a freshman.
Okay. She's still at home, though, right?
No.
You got her out of the house?
No, she couldn't wait to go.
What sparked your interest in ballet? What was it just?
The costumes, the elegance of it, dancing to the music, just so many things. The point shoes were very enticing. And then you find out that's really hard work, but just stick with it. Yeah, I would say just the beauty and the grace of it.
What kind of cast do you have this year?
Oh, I have a really good cast. You know, we're very fortunate. We have a lot of children and teens and pros that are interested in dancing with us. For the professionals, we have basically the same group of people we had last year with the exception of one. And the kids, some of them do 2 roles, but most of them do 1 until they get to a higher level. And we have some really strong dancers, and they're from all over the Chicagoland area.
How many kids do you have involved?
I think this year it's 110.
Wow.
Yeah, and we double cast, so sometimes the little ones might only do half the shows, because 12 shows is a big commitment if you're 8 years old.
Oh, sure.
You know, so.
And commitment for the parents too, I would imagine.
Right, right, and you have to get the hair done and be there for the warm-up and every rehearsal every week. It is a commitment, but I think once they get done with it, so many of them come back and re-audition every year because they make great friends. They learn a lot from working with different choreographers,
Sure.
and they learn a lot from the professionals as well, you know, having them, watching them, working with them. I think it's a great experience for any dance student to get involved in.
Now, what's your goal in terms of your dance future? I mean, how?
This is it. I'm doing it. Dance as long as I can and get paid for it.
Well, where do dancers go when they don't dance anymore?
Many of them teach.
How many dance schools can there possibly be? You know.
Yeah, I think you can equate professional dancing to making it into the NBA. It's hard. Not everyone.
Right.
It's very hard.
Well, you can have the facility, the physical ability, but not the desire or the drive. And you can have the desire and the drive and not the body. And it's very few people that actually have both and make it to, you know, American Ballet Theater or something.
Well, that's an amazing, you know, from a physical standpoint, you're real athletes too, you know. I don't think as many people appreciate that as they should.
Well, you know, think about the gentleman in the audience. Can you lift your wife over your head?
Would you want to?
Right. So that's the kind of shape you have to be in. Right. So, well, you know, can you do that? I mean, those male dancers have to be very strong, you know, for a lot of that. And of course, the ladies are too in a different way. But yeah.
How many professional dancers do you have?
I think this year we have 11.
Okay.
Besides not counting the Sugar Plum and Cavalier who come from out of town.
Yeah. Now you indicated you audition all over the place, not just your dance school, but other dance schools as well.
Oh, right. We have open auditions every August. You can dance anywhere as long as you're taking class, and you come in and you try out, and we, you know, place you according to your skill level in a certain role. And yeah, it doesn't matter where you study. We want everyone to come try out.
Now, how many performances of Nutcracker are there going to be this year?
12.
12.
2 children's shows, that's in the morning for students, for schools. And then we have 10 open to the public.
Okay.
Starting November 30th.
All right. Someone wants tickets, what do they do?
They need to call the Prairie Center, 847-895-3600, or you can go online at prairiecenter.org and order them online.
How long have you been doing this?
18 years, and I've finally got the number memorized, yes.
And you were a Mouse King, weren't you?
I was. I hate to admit that, but one of the first years we started, we didn't have the funds to hire a professional man to do the Mouse King, and I was still dancing, so I did the Mouse King.
I think you died very, very well.
Yeah, it's one of my best parts was the dying.
I mean,
right.
that always...
My daughter was 1, so that's how long ago that was. Yeah. She's in college now, so.
And she probably remembers all this too, doesn't she?
She used to call me Mommy Mouse, right.
Mommy Mouse?
She didn't really get the story that I wasn't a mommy.
What is your favorite ballet?
My favorite ballet, probably Don Quixote, the Spanish flair.
Don Quixote, yeah.
Yes. Oh my.
Yeah.
And Brian has done some other productions as well. He's done the Schaumburg Dance Ensembles, you know, spring concerts when we used to have those. So he's been in a number. He's been a pirate. He's been... Which was my favorite role. Yes, in Peter Pan. Yeah.
That had to be fun. Yeah. I always want to be a pirate, you know.
Right. Well, we have a number of gentlemen who are not ballet dancers, but who are good at movement, who do our shows, and they're party adults in the party scene or other, you know, roles in other ballets.
Who plays that Mama something or other with, you know, with all the kids?
Oh, Mother Ginger.
Mother Ginger.
We have 3 new gentlemen this year.
Okay.
And now you're going to put me on the spot to remember their first names.
Well, you can make it up. Who's to know? We don't have fact checkers on this program.
Right, okay. The gentleman who did it for us for the past 13 years finally stepped down.
And where do you get the gymnasts from?
We're not using gymnasts this year.
Oh, you're not?
The last 2 years we haven't used gymnasts. We use ribbon dancers. They have ribbons. It's kind of similar to rhythmic gymnastics, but they're dancing.
Sure.
So that's a new role as of last year.
Okay. Because I used to like those backflips, but I can see where that can be kind of scary.
Well, and it's hard. A lot of the really elite gymnasts are doing their meets at this time of year too, and it's very hard scheduling-wise to make that work. Sure. But we are going to have some new costumes this year. All the party men are getting their own coat. We've always rented coats before, and so we're constructing
a tailored coat. No?
A tailored coat in the period that the ballet is set. We have new reed flute costumes and new reed flute choreography, so Jen will be wearing something new there. We're doing new snow costumes and a new waltz king to match the new waltz queen from last year. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's going to be fun. And the first show is?
Friday, November 30th, 7:30 p.m. We go Friday, Saturday, Sunday that weekend, and the same schedule the following weekend.
Okay, well.
All right.
Thanks for coming back.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Good to see you. And that's it for this edition of Speaking of Schaumburg. Join us again next month for another whole new episode. Until then, I'll see you around town.